other night before I go to the other channel and either it's 7 o'clock, so I'll probably play some video games or I'll draw. I actually got to draw. I'm actually drawing twice this week because I forgot to draw last week. I was real busy picking kidneys off the ground and shit. You know, other real world problems, first world problems. All right. Last show. Shout out to the 3 people left. How many we got in total? Because there's actually some people watching on Twitter. It doesn't show Twitter. I got 4 people. 4 people left, baby. Y'all made it. Y'all made it to the end. And for that, I'm grateful. Oh God, Chris, you translated it. All right, we'll get into this, Chris. All right, let's get into it then. Hey, how you doing? My name's Heero. This is the last show on the docket, and I have to sum up my like enthusiasm. Bring out the enthusiasm because you bring it every single time or don't come at all. You feel me? You don't do the foreplay if you're not gonna play the game. You don't deserve to be teased, King. Don't let her kiss on your neck. Listen to me. Don't let her rub your belly and not give you the loving you deserve. She wear rings. She kissing on your neck. Nah, don't let her. Don't come here and play with my emotions. I am a king, and I'll be treated as such. 2021, demand your throne, kings. Demand your thrones, queen. All right, what are we talking about today? We are talking about a story that has mixed feelings for me, but I think it's a story that we need to talk about because I have taken this is the life of a producer. Sorry, I'll diversify it. You know, I'll think of something else. I'll think of something else cool to say. But today we're talking about the NFL, and we're talking about the NFL from an aspect of like I want to say good job, pat yourself on the back. But I'm still actively protesting the NFL because of Colin Kaepernick. As the years progress, it'll become more difficult for him to get into a position. I think me and my brother had a great conversation about how he can only be a backup now on someone's team. Oh, yeah, thanks. Hey, you know what, Chris? You might have won the booth boss for that one. Thanks for the reminder. If I have a sponsored ad, it will go somewhere here. And if I don't, then Chris interrupted and distracted me from my flow, and I am now spiting you for this, Chris. But no, I have my notes here, so I'm good. Appreciate it. Because Kaepernick is at a point right now where he is in that tail group. If you want to have someone to compare him to, he's right up there with. He would probably be right now playing some of the best football he probably ever could. Because he came in the same class, I think, as the Seattle guy. What's his name? Sierra's boyfriend. He actually went to school out here, which is crazy. What's his name? Chris, you know this guy's name. You're from Seattle. What's this guy's name? Wilson. I know it's Wilson. It's Wilson. What's his first name though? Russell Wilson. He said hater. I call him Sierras. Yo, I'm so disrespectful right now. My bad. Hey, shit happens, man. No, I really forgot his name. Like, I'm not that petty. Come on now. I really forgot his name. But I think they would be on par with each other right now, seeing as how they competed at one point at pretty high levels, and he beat Russell to get to the Super Bowl. So I think they would be on the same level right now as far as athletic and competition wise. But that's slowly slipping away, and it's going to be harder for him to actually compete, because the reason why Russell Wilson is having an MVP year right now is because he plays at the speed of the game. It's not catching drills and one-on-one passes on any given Sundays. It's him playing the game at the top and best possible performance. But they need to get Colin Kaepernick on the team. I think we talked about how San Fran should just sign him to a 1-year deal or whatever. But even the people that could do that, they're no longer in the front office anymore, and it just becomes clouded. But I'll say it. I'll continue to say it. Colin Kaepernick is the Ali of our generation, and a lot of people are saying he has nowhere near the amount of wins and victories. Shut up. You think of Ali as an athlete. I think of Ali as a revolutionary thinker who had the progressive mindset without a formal education to educate a group of people. There's a difference of the way me and you talk about Ali. He's an idol, legend, and to you, he was an athlete. To me, he was the embodiment of what it means to be righteous in this world. Shut up. But the NFL has been backpedaling, desperately backpedaling, since they made the horrible mistake of aligning themselves with our racist president. And ever since that day, they have been losing viewership. And now you can say they've been losing viewership progressively because more millennials, more people are cutting the cord. I haven't had cable since I was in college. The only reason why I had cable in college is because literally it was part of my tuition. Ever since then, no need to have cable. What do I need cable for? I can watch the shows y'all wait up to watch an hour in advance using a VPN and just putting myself 6 hours, or putting myself in China, or putting myself in Australia or somewhere where time is ahead of us. It's great. Technology is there. Use it. It's mind-boggling to me. But like, the NFL caught on, and they were one of the last sports to catch on, because I started watching the NBA tough when they got on YouTube TV. Now, I love the NBA because I can literally watch YouTube on my left and YouTube TV on my right. It's perfect. But the NFL caught on to that swag a little late, and because of it, they ran into a situation where they weren't going to get the respect of the youth. But moreover, a big reason why they haven't been getting this transitional love is because they've just fallen behind with their messaging about the whole Black Lives Matter thing. They thought that it would blow over. They hoped that it would blow over. And this is what happens when you have 31 white owners trying to delegate black issues. And, Khan from the Jaguars isn't innocent. He falls in line. He's a token brown man, and he falls in line because he wants to be on the in crowd. He will continue to propagate this idea of white supremacy just so he can feel like he's part of the in crowd. You're not. But what ended up happening was they lost viewership, and who'd have thunk it? The vast majority of your demographics in your sports league inspires other young black men and women to watch your sports league. And when you alienate them, you alienate the audience. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thought? I swear, I should have been a PR person. I miss my calling. I should be the consultant that people call before they say something dumb. All that money and you don't pay nobody to help you think. Shame. But the NFL had a historic moment, and they have to point out these historic moments now. And while it's a historic moment, it's also a shameful moment for them. And they don't realize the shame. Let me explain. November 17th, the NFL had their first all-black officiating crew. 11/23/2020 was the date. They had Barry Anderson as the umpire, Jerome Boger, Anthony Jeffries is the side judge, Jermaine was the ref, Carl Johnson, line judge, Julian Mapp, the down judge, Dale Shaw, the field judge, and Greg Steed as the back judge. And can I just say, these are some of the blackest dad names I've ever seen in my life. I just feel like any one of these names, insert them to any black sitcom, and it works. You gotta love it. Especially Jerome. I fucking love it. But this was the first time, and this is great, but this is also a shame. Because how long has the NFL been in existence? How long has the NFL been predominantly black? And we just now getting people to the front, to a group of black people to the first. Anytime I hear that, that bothers me, because it's proof that your effort towards diversity isn't what it should be. I was the first black man to get a master's in forensic pathology at my university, Texas Tech. And my picture and name is in the library for that reason. And to them, it was a glorified moment. And at the time, as a younger version of myself, I thought it was glorified. But I've called to have them remove my picture. But they said, oh, but can we please keep your name up there? Sure. But you can't have my picture. You don't get to have a picture of me as your token black guy. Because it speaks to the lack of diversity within the NFL association. The judges, the referees, the telecasters, the owners. It took them X amount of years. How long's the NFL been going? Over 50 years to get to manage this. And I'm happy to see it, as I'm happy to be the first of my own. But why did it take so long? Furthermore, what are we doing to help progress some other firsts, like the first black male owner of an NFL team, like the first black male dominated food choice caterers for some of these events? Jackson, like a lot of these NFL teams charge an arm and a leg for these companies to come serve food at their arenas. But during this pandemic, I think it would have been a great testimony to, lend the local small mom and pop shops an opportunity. And this doesn't even have to be a black or white thing, because all mom and pop shops are suffering right now. Black, white, Mexican, Asian, doesn't matter. I know my sushi barista is missing me. And I miss you too, May. I miss you too. But I can't risk it. But they have to risk it because that's how they get paid. And it baffles me that the NFL hasn't made partnerships with these small entities to boost their morale, their picture, because they're not forward thinking. They're not forward thinking, but they'll steal the fame of these people, these black men, and their trials and tribulations to get to the point that they're in right now, without speaking on how to help progress from this point forward. They'll congratulate you for being one of the people who made it out, but they won't set up the pathway for your brothers and sisters to get out, and that's when you know they didn't want you to get out, really. That's when you should take heed of the moment. Like, man, we gotta tighten up around here. One of those motherfuckers made it out. And that shit's sad. The NFL is irredeemable, and there's no amount of sugarcoating, kisses on the cheeks, background handshaking, that inviting Jay-Z bum ass to meetings at the front table with your bum ass Roger Goodell. There's no amount of that face talk shit that's gonna help fix the NFL until the NFL addresses its own systemic racism and issues. Bring Colin Kaepernick back to be your PR specialist on black relations. Period. You don't want him to play? He doesn't need to play anymore. But you need his help. And until you're ready to admit that you need help from the people you try to alienate, your NFL is not going to get any better. The pandemic is merely a shelling of what is to wait, because they think viewership is down because of the pandemic, when in reality, if they're streaming, Baby Yoda doesn't have any trouble getting views on Disney. Netflix is doing great. Why is America's second favorite pastime struggling so much? Could it be because they have ostracized all the black people sitting at home right now? Because they decided to side with an orange Oompa Loompa instead of, their fans? Something to think about. But if I have to leave you with anything, I have to leave you with this. There's something important about being the first. And I can really appreciate these guys taking the steps necessary for there to be first. To be the first. It's a reminder, and it's a constant showing to me to not give up on taking these steps and strides. Whenever you think about, damn, why is this so hard for me to do this? It's because no one was before you. And it's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to you. And this isn't just a black thing. Chris is an ally. He already know. Me and Chris have held each other down. Like, you speak up for your brothers, your sisters. You support their endeavors. Chris can come to the barbecue. And he's allowed to bring his own meal to share with the family, because it's gonna be good. We already know. But not everyone gets that luxury. The community of people, the village, is stronger than any corporation, and we have to keep that in mind. That's a great paraphrase quote from The Miseducation of the Negro. It's a great book. Reading it in the book club. Check out the link in the description for more on that book. But let's go to the comments real quick. See what we got. I keep hitting the wrong button, and I'm accidentally gonna close this out one day. I'm pissed. Chris, I agree with you completely. The crew sounds like they about to hit the... Man, I'm telling you, this barbecue, this team, all these dudes have sandals and socks on with the khaki shorts, the wife beater or the cutoff sleeves with the apron that was cleaned but still has stains from the old barbecue, the hat, the cigar that never ashes but is always lit, whatever soundtrack from the 80s to the 60s on repeat, and the kids running around in the backyard with the grass half cut. It could be cut, but it's not long enough that it needs to be cut. That's this crew right here, and I want to live on their block. I want to live where they live. I'm telling you. Yeah, Chris, see, and that's a good point. I just feel like the fact that nobody from a PR standpoint, this is why I think I should be, the fact that at a point when it was like, okay, hey, look, we just fucked up big time with Colin Kaepernick. We definitely shouldn't have done that. Hey, let's think of some ways that we can help project that we are actually about the black community. And no one said, hey, how else can we show black unity on the field? How about having an all-black referee crew? No one said that shit. Like, then what are you doing there? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe, who knows? Who knows? It's just poor planning. But you're right, it is sort of shame. Did they plan whatever clever? Hey, whatever clever. I think you're new, whatever clever. Hey, welcome. I don't think I've ever seen you here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, whatever clever. I don't think they planned this because they actually, for referees to kind of prevent them from like falling into loops of where they could be easy prey for scalpers or betting. They take them from districts and areas where they have no conflicts of interest. So I think this could have been like a situation where it was just a roll of the dice. But I feel like I would have tried to push this forward faster and forward before. But also I remember my brother telling me that the referee association is not affiliated with the NFL association. It's just by name, but they have to work independently to keep once again conflicts of interest from happening. So they have their own governance and their own directors and things of that nature. Sushi is gross. Not risking it. Keisha, you gotta come eat sushi with me. That is blasphemy. And I hear you. I thought sushi was nasty too. Then Nafi put me on game. Let me put you on game, Keisha. I got some stuff for you. Louisiana, some crawfish sushi. Listen to me, darling. I mean, I can put you on game. I patron small businesses. I do too go. I don't want them to fade away due to the poor decisions of the government. I mean, man. I hope. It's crazy. Because, like, I had to go to a city for a procedure. And when I looked on Yelp to see, like, what stores were open to grab, like, lunch on our way back from surgery, and to see, like, every store I closed, I could hold about 4 stores, and all of them were, the number you are trying to reach is no longer available. Please press 5. And then when we press 5, it just hangs up on you so disrespectfully. The damage has been done. Real talk. We're not gonna see a recovery for a few years, and that's sad. The damage has already been done. And you hate to see it, but hey, that's the story. That's the end of my story. Whoa, snaps. Yeah. But that's the story. Shame on the NFL for getting there first, but congratulations to the first. And hopefully not the last. I hope it doesn't take another 50 years for these same black people to move it up. Hopefully a younger generation can show up and take a spot. But that's the story. I would like to know what you think about this nonsense. And and let me know. Like, share, subscribe. And we'll go to the part of the show where I start shutting shit down, but people are in my comment section.